Hey guys, Marine Squirrel here doing a tutorial on PhanaticMC Realms. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right here. You can get here by doing PhanaticMC.com and then just clicking on the forums, and that'll get you to the forums. So what we're going to need today is we're going to need Realms, we're going to need Store, and we're going to need to go into Tutorials and right here at the top. Wiz did a fantastic job doing this right here, so we're going to use it. So first thing it says is to purchase your realms. So when you go over, we're going to purchase our realms. Once we click on here, it'll ask you to put in your information. I had already done that, so we'll go to realms, and then you have two choices. You have realms lifetime or realms monthly. Realms lifetime will give you cost $50, and you have realms for the rest of your life, and you don't have to pay any more if you don't want to. Realms monthly, like let's say you really only want to play, or you want to play but you really only want to play for like a few months or just check it out or something, you don't want to pay $50, you can do that too. You also have the opportunity to purchase more RAM. RAM can be purchased right here, so if you buy the lifetime realm, you want to buy the lifetime RAM. Same thing with the monthly realm. If you buy the monthly realm, you want to buy the monthly RAM. Ooh, excuse me. Then what you're going to do after you make your purchase, put in all your information, you're going to copy this if you haven't already. If you're not a PhanaticMC player, you're going to copy this, you're going to paste it into your multiplayer on your game, and then once you're in the hub, you're going to do /blue start. Now if you are a PhanaticMC player, you can do this anywhere you want. Just do /blue start. It'll bring up a link. You want to click on that link, don't share the link, and then it will look a lot like something like this. This screen will be blank, and it will have choose your server, and then this will be like the color that it is, and it'll have your server number. My server number is 47. So it'll have your server number. You're going to click on that, and you're going to click on overview. This will say 47. You can make it say whatever you want. It'll be a nickname. The way you connect will be /connect, and it will be whatever you put there. For me, 47 works as well. For yours, whatever number for your server, it will work as well. You'll have start. Now my realm is already started, so you'll have the start button that you can click. You'll have the stop, and they all sound exactly like they're supposed to. And then you have this kill. So the kill here is basically you hold your computer for 3-4 seconds and it just shuts everything off. It is not good for your computer, so it is not good for your server. Only time you should press this button is if everything is hung up. You also have delete data and delete world. They sound exactly the way that they're supposed to. You can also download your world by pressing this button. You can play it in single player, or you can share it with your friends who come onto the realm. You know, if they want to test something out but you don't want them to test it out on your server, that's fine. Ooh, wow. Alright, sorry about that, guys. You have your owner, so I'm the owner. You have your online players. Currently I don't have any players on. I just restarted the server. So you've got your CPU usage. You're not going to need to, hey look, I got a player on. You're not going to need to worry about this too much. Your CPU will always be covered. Don't worry about that part. Unless you have a lot of plugins and you think that, or in your TPS is getting kind of low, that's when you should kind of, question it. We have a great support team, and we'll get to that later. You have your memory. So this is your RAM. You start out with 1 gig, and don't freak out if it goes higher than that. You can sometimes see it take up about maybe half a gig less than what you have, or a quarter gig of less than what you have, so 250 megabytes less, which is normal. It's only abnormal when it gets up to about close to what you have. So in my case, I have 2 gigs. So once it gets up to about here is when I need to start thinking about getting more RAM. And in my case, it'll be $50. In your case, it may be different depending on what you choose. And then here's your player count, 0 to 160s on here. Now I have my player count maxed out to 30. Keep in mind, every gig of RAM that you have will change how many players that you can have. So for 1 gig, the rule of thumb is going to be 12 players, including yourself. 2 gigs, you should be able to handle 24 players. Keep in mind that those numbers are assuming that you are running Minecraft on your computer multiplayer. So keep that in mind. But it's a good rule of thumb to go by, especially when you have plugins. So here's your log. It is your console. It is everything here. So what we can do is we can do broadcast. We'll say hello cruel world, and then it'll broadcast hello cruel world. That is awesome. There's all sorts of commands that you can put there. There's some commands that you can only use on the console, and that is how that works. Configs. You have all your configurations. Basic rule of thumb for here is don't mess with it if you don't know what you're doing. These are your server configurations, so anything that changes will affect the gameplay, and will set that bar for your gameplay. One thing that I do want to point out is max players, which is right here. Like I said, I have it set to 30. I'll probably never get that high, but that's what I have it set at. And you can set yours at to whatever you want. If you only want you and one other person playing, you just put 2 on there. And we'll go ahead and scroll down. These are just all your plugins that is available to you in the realm. Remember, it's not a server, or it is a server, but you're not going to have your file access. This is your best, or this is the best thing that I have seen in a very long time. Not having the file access, but having access to your config files is awesome, and it's great to learn off of. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to Prism. I highly recommend having Prism, and one of the reasons why we wanted this, so this will explain your setting up, this will explain your basic management interface, which we had already gone through, and that will be added soon. And this, it was going to start, or is going to show you how to set up Prism through the database. So this is the code that we're looking for. Now I already pasted everything over to C++ or Notepad++, and everything is right here that you will need, minus the password and prefix. So your prefix is going to be prism _, which is fine. You want to basically copy everything over. So like, we'll come over to databases. We can create a new database, in which case it'll be right here. We're not going to need that though, so we'll go ahead and delete that. We only want this one. So basically you'll copy this over, you'll put it right here, your username, which is going to be server47, which is right here, your password, which is click to show right here, your database, which will be right here, and right there is the database you're using, and then your prefix is going to be prism, and I think _. Let's just double check that. Double check, there it goes, prism _. And then after you have that, you can just copy that back over and paste it in your configs. And it'll look something like this. Alright, now we can go through these plugins later, or in another video if you would like. Otherwise we can go ahead and just continue on. Your best bet on this one would be YouTube. Just search these on YouTube or just search these on Google, and that definitely helped me, but there's a lot of plugins that you would have to go through. Next thing is going to be permissions. So when you get this, I had already set up my permissions, are all down there. I moved it down so that way I can clear the screen. So this is going to say default. Now, to not mess with what I have, I'll just do def1, and that will be your original group. Now what you want to do is you want to add permissions. So I have essentials. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just add some essentials. So essentials permissions. They have their own wiki, which is right here, and then you can go to permissions list. This will give you all the permissions you will ever want. So just like if I wanted to give them clear inventory, I can go ahead and copy that in. Now I'm not giving anyone clear inventory, I just want to let you know, but I can go ahead and do that. I can go to permissions and I can go ahead and just paste that in, make sure there's no space right there, and then press enter, and then whoever is going to be connected to that is going to have permission to clear inventory. You can also change their name. So this is the format of their name. So what I can do is I can like do this if I wanted to have a colon instead of the arrows. I can say that awesome gamer dude right there. I can even put something after his message, so every time they type it'll be like the super happy face. To add a player, we'll go ahead and add PhanaticD. We'll go ahead and add him like that. Now right now he's tied to the default. If this was the default, he would be tied to that. And we can go ahead and just say, you know what, that's stupid. I want everyone else to have a stupid name except for him. And it'll look like that. You can also mess around with colors, things like that, so no worries. And you can configure it however you want. There's no right or wrong way for this. You have your database, which we already went over, and you have your upgrade. So if you did purchase another gig of RAM, it'll be over here because it hasn't been installed if you purchased it. Once you install it, it will come over on this side. You have your map, so you can do a quick backup. You can upload a map. Now if you upload a map, you have a 50 megabyte limit on your file size. I wish it was more, but that's how much you have. And that is Realms in a nutshell. The best I can say is explore Realms as much as you can. It's a great thing. I enjoy Realms, and that is about it. I think I've gone over everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and put a comment in under below. You can also go into Discord if you have any questions. Right here under Realms, you can ask a question like this is a question. You can ask a question right there and someone will answer or probably just say okay. And that is all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informational. I hope it wasn't too boring. Otherwise, this is Marine Squirrel signing out.